Hey everybody, Invisiblekatana here doing a really quick review for the Frequency series epilogue. Of course, for any of you who may not have actually heard that this happened, Frequency unfortunately was canceled, so there will be no season 2. It was a really good show. I enjoyed watching it and reviewing it, but sadly it got canceled. However, CW did decide to do a very small epilogue. It's only like 3.5 minutes, almost 4, and it kind of finishes up the series. So I'll put a link in the description for that if you guys want to check it out and then kind of come back to this. But like I said, it's only like 3.5 minutes, so there's not too much to spoil, but it is like an official ending to a series that was unfortunately canceled. So it was cool of CW to actually even do that. They also did it for the show No Tomorrow, so for anyone who was a fan of that show. They also did like a mini epilogue to kind of end out that story as well. So I thought that was really cool of them to, unfortunately have canceled both those shows, but they still give them like a small epilogue. So that was pretty awesome. But getting into the actual review for this little epilogue, it's very simple. It takes place after the series is officially ended, and it's Raimi actually fixing up, or she's actually sitting at her radio, and it's her dad fixing it up in the past. So he's going through, he's trying to fix it up, and he's able to get in touch with her. So they're talking and stuff, and of course it basically comes down to what the series would have had as the final ending, which was, of course, Raimi trying to save her father. So she's like, look, I just want you to write this date down. And, it was definitely cool because he's writing it. As soon as she says it, he stops and it's like, look, I can't really do that. And it's like, I don't care if we never talk again or, interfere with our lives or anyone else's. I just need you to kind of take control of this one date. Like, just don't leave the house. Don't do it for me or yourself. Just do it for mom, because I've never seen anyone miss someone as much as she misses you. So give her, something that she really wanted. So I thought it was a very cool way to do it. And, as the static kind of comes in, she's like, Dad, like, did you get it? And of course he ends up, showing up right behind it. It's like, I got it. Because of course he did, keep that note in mind, and he ended up not leaving and he survived. So it was definitely an awesome way to end it out. And it was just a nice little conclusion where ultimately she saved her dad's life. And yeah, that was pretty much all there was to it. So I was like, cool, it's a nice little way to end it. It's unfortunate, with the way things played out, because it was like, if it got canceled during the season, they could have put that into the last episode. And because technically the season finale did still end on a cliffhanger where, the Nightingale Killer technically was still out there. So this doesn't really cover that, because I thought it was going to be like, a thing where it's like somehow she saved her dad and they officially stopped that. But it's ultimately just like she saved her dad, and that's all they need for that. That's the ending. And I thought it was cool. It was like, it still sucks that the show got canceled, but typically it's just like, poof, cliffhanger, there's zero resolution. You have to just assume everything worked out fine. And you still have to assume that, because like I said, technically the first season still did end on a cliffhanger to go into season 2. But they definitely promised closure, and they certainly delivered it, because I was a little disappointed. I was like, that definitely ended on a cliffhanger, and that's not closure. But this is a nice way to do it. It's still, like I said, the cliffhanger is technically still there, but it's still a decent way to do it, where she's able to save her dad. And it was nice. It was like, that's a cool way to send off the show. It's a nice little 3.5 minute thing, and I was like, that's an awesome way to do it. So I'm glad we at least got that, if the show got canceled. But it was a cool little thing to see. It's unfortunate, because I really did enjoy the show. I was looking forward to a season 2, because I thought they did a great job with this first season. But not everything is making it. Apparently a lot of shows are getting canceled on a lot of the different networks. But, it is what it is. So sadly that was the end, but we do get a pretty cool epilogue. Of course, like I said, it's a small little thing, so there's still a little bit to it. But we'll let us know what you guys thought about it. Just that little bit that we got, just the concept of it in general. Are you guys happy that we even got this? Because that's super rare that any network would ever do, even with it only having been 3.5 minutes. It's super rare that any network would even bother doing that. So I'm really happy that the CW did it. This is like the second time they've done something like that too, because this is on a much smaller scale. But the old show Nikita, which I used to love watching that, they actually canceled that as well. But they did that like before the final season started. So they told them like, all right, it's canceled, but we will give you like a 6-episode season. I think it was like 5 seasons total, and the 5th season was like 6 episodes long. So they technically canceled it, but it was like, we'll let them finish the whole story. And it was like, most channels are just like, cancel, that's it, you're done. So it was really awesome that they did that. That was years ago when they did that. And now, smaller scale, but still. And these were also shows that were only in 1 season. Nikita was, like I said, like 4 seasons strong. So it's a bit different. to cancel that and let them do it with like an actual couple of episodes. But even to do it with just one season is a huge thing that I've never seen done before. So we'd love to know what you guys thought about it, just the concept of the CW actually pulling that off and really giving us that small bit of closure for this show as well as No Tomorrow. And of course, we'd love to know just what you guys thought of this tiny little epilogue in general. How it made you guys feel about seeing that happy ending and having at least some sort of, like, that was like the ultimate thing. Like, eventually you would get to, she's gonna try to bring her dad back to life. Like, that, obviously from the start, that was how things were, you know, meant to play out to the end. So they kind of just jumped ahead to that, and it was like, cool. You know, we got to see that finale of, you know, the first season and how things were solved, and then we get this moment where she gets what she wanted from the very beginning of the episode, or the very beginning of the series to begin with. So really enjoyed the way they did it. Like I said, we'd love to know what you guys thought about it, so please put your comments down in the comment section below. And of course, thanks for watching.